Hi to everyone, this is Mr. M. Sundaran, Assistant Professor working in Department of Agricultural Engineering in Kungnadu College of Engineering and Technology. Today course of Organic Farming for Sustainable Agriculture to Sustainable Agriculture Production is related to the topic of organic farming and its components. What is organic farming and their components? So what is organic farming? So as we discussed, organic farming is an ecological production management system that promotes enhance the biodiversity, biological cycles and soil biological activity. It is based on the minimum use of off-farm inputs and on management practices restore the maintained ecological harmony, or otherwise known as organic farming is a system that largely avoids the use of excessive synthetic fertilizers inputs such as pesticide, fertilizer, hormones, feed additives, etc. To maximum extend the feasible reproduction by crop rotation, crop residue, animal manures, or off or organic waste, mineral grade additives, and a biological system of nutrient mobilization and plant production. It is the definition of organic farming. There is no perfect definition for organic farming. Based on the what we using, we can use the organic farming. The components in the organic farming. As you can say, the components in the organic farming is a vermicompost component of organic farming manures as a biofertilizer, animal husbandry, green leaf manuring, crop rotation, and biological management. So these are the major components of organic farming. So the green leaf manures, there are crop rotation and biological management. So the management practices we follow for the organic farming, but we have the components to keep the vermicompost and manures of biofertilizers, animal husbandry, integral part of organic culture and organic farming system. So when you go to the organic agriculture system that works on harmonic nature, we want to work with a few organic farmings. So starting that you have the land management, you need to write the cell cultivation and right time. So this is equally applicable for the conventional farmers too, because the need of soil management. The cultivation of the different types of cultivation, you can go for the conventional tillage, where you can the minimum tillage, we can go for that mulching and the mulching. Usually when you go for the organic farming, we have to avoid go for the conventional tillage. The reason that if you go for the conventional tillage, it exposes the soil particle and the atmosphere. So there is a loss of carbon dioxide, and the minimum tillage, we can say the mulch organic crop residues which delays the stubble mulch. As you can say, the crop residues are left over or the soil surface, So there is a special type of tillage implements where the crop residues can be left over on the soil surface. So they have the multiple advantages, like increasing the infiltration of rainwater into the soil, that helps minimize the evaporation of loss of water, soil that increases the soil erosion and soil porosity. And then at the same time, because of the interpretation of crop residue resistant to the fertility status of soil, it also increases the microbial population of the soil. And then microbial soil because of the less tillage operations. And once you have the good tillage, you have the water management and also find the farming system, a technical part. We want to maximize the use of water as minimum as possible. If you can grow well under saturation, produce a better yield under saturation compared to the standing water. So the water management role is in organic farming. So the precise water optimum needed when the time is needed. They discuss in the animal husbandry, the integral part of the organic farming. We can use of the integral part of organic farming, so using natural pesticide. That includes indexing. So the cow manure, their inputs and byproducts of the cows can be also used as a pesticide protection in the recycled crop waste. So it's a very important case of organic farming. We don't want to take out the waste crop from the after harvesting the field, because they can go for the take out the green portion and rest portion of raw materials which can give back to the cycle, recycling the crop waste, green manure and legumes. So this is the important aspects of the cropping system. When you go the cropping system, our organic cropping system, the legumes, the crops in the case of cropping system, simply intercropping with the legumes, having the legume crops. Cropping system can enhance the biological nitrogen fixation of the soil. It enhances the productivity of the soil and minimizes the nutrient requirement of the subsequent draft crops. In that case, if there is a cropping system, the course for rice, followed pulses, followed by any other crop like a cotton. This is a farming system. Next one is the organic farming and the demands. One important aspects of the cropping system, when you go for the organic farming, So legumes, the crops in the case of cropping system, because the intercropping with the legumes by having a legume crop, and causes the biological nitrogen fixation of the soil. It enhances the fertility of the soil, it minimizes the nutrient requirement of subsequent crop crops. This is why we need to go for the rice crop as a cereal crop. They need more amount of nitrogen. In case if you go for green manure crops, can minimize the requirement of cereal crop except 50% or more than 50% when this minimized. This increase in genetic diversity that we can discuss previously. In case of cropping system, minimize the population of pest and disease. There are different components and their uses. First one, crop rotation. Crop rotation, so we don't want to sow the same crop year after year. So grow different families, like systematic arrangement of growing different crops in the same more or less regular space on same land, covering a period of 2 years or more. So I'm growing because it's effect of the soil fertility management, weed and insect and disease control. If you grow the same crops, similar pest and disease can multiply. To avoid the reduce the pest pressure and disease pressures, the field to change the crop every season. One big crop residue. Intercropping the crop residue means like wheat and rice. As straws is inoculated with the fungal species of beneficial effects of crop yield and improvements in physiochemical properties of the soil. But the CN ratio of the strong materials having low CN ratio, like legume residues, so they will decompose very quickly. But the straws of CN is 80% higher in case of inoculate of some fungal spores. Decomposition become faster. There is an improvement of physiochemical and chemical properties of the soil. Next one on the bulky organic manures. This is an organic manure. There are several types. This one bulky organic manure and concentrated organic manure. First one the bulky organic manure. The organic is integral part of the organic farming. We can have to own the manures. We have to bulky organic manures like farmyard manures, compost, green manuring. These are the examples of bulky organic manures. Bulky means you have to apply in a large quantity. It's called bulky organic manures. Later, using a compost kitchen decomposed by any kitchen fries from the built to refuse the farm litters, weeds and crop waste. You can see waste less made by composting by anaerobic decomposition process can make with the compost. The green manuring of the crop is decomposition process. Green manuring is discussed now. It's important aspect of green farming. Green manuring is a practice of ploughing and incorporation of the under composed green plants used for the purpose of improving the physical properties of the soil. For example of a green manuring crop, we can go for Sangam, Danes, cluster bean, copy, besom. What do you mean concentrated organic manure? Before the concentrated organic manure means we need to meet the nutrient requirement of the crop to protect the yield. So meet the nutrient requirement of the crops, we have to go for the enriched organic manures like using jatropha oil cakes, Pongomania oil cakes, cotton seed oil cakes, and these are the oil cakes. And then other than that oil seeds, we can go for blood meal, bone meal, hoof meal. These are the wastes from the animals and the plant origins. These are concentrated. The concentrated means a higher percentage of essential plant nutrients. This is compared to that of nitrogen, phosphorus, potash compared to the bulky organic manure made from raw minerals such as animals or plant pods. Next, vermicompost. Vermicompost is an important part of organic manure produced by the activity of earthworms. Vermicompost is a biomass. They live in they live, eat and excrete. So they live on soil. They eat the biomass. The biomass they are rich in humus. Then excrete of the earthworms humus with antibiotics inside and insecticide and pesticide. They also provide the hormones required for the growth of the development of the crops. Also rich in many enzymes which used for crop production process. So the common earthworms is Easonia foodita. Is a decarbonated species. Many of the species of S4 is very common, can be used a wide range of temperatures, tropical climate. It can be 5 to 5 degrees Celsius. Next, vermicompost. Next one is a biofertilizer. As a biofertilizer is a substance which contains a living organism which when applied to the seeds or plant surface or soil to colonize the rhizosphere of the interior of the plants and promotes the growth by increasing the supply and availability of the primary nutrients of the host plant. They have the following advantages. They help in the establishment of good crop and growth of plants and trees. They induce the biomass production grain yields of 10 to 20%. They are useful in sustainable agriculture. They are in sustainable organic farming. They play important role in agroforestry and silvopastoral systems. Type types of biofertilizer. There are two types of biofertilizer: symbiotic and asymbiotic. Symbiotic means symbiotic with other plants and go further. If Rhizobium and Mycorrhizae are the symbiotic example for symbiotic nitrogen fixation. It colonizes the root surface and specific legumes to form a tumors-like growth on the root nodules. The rhizome legumes sustainably fix up to 100 to 300 kg of nitrogen per hectare in on top season. Mycorrhizae is symbiotic is of fungi with roots of vascular plants. Asymbiotic means they grow on decomposing the soil organic matter, produce nitrogen compounds for their own growth and development. Besides, they leave with a significant amount of nitrogen to the surroundings. This is Azotobacter, Azoospermillum, blue-green algae, Azolla. This is the example for asymbiotic. Next one is a biopesticide. Biopesticides is a natural plant products belong to the secondary metabolics, which includes alkaloids, terpenoids, phenolics, and minor secondary chemicals. This substance can usually non-function of photosynthesis, growth, as well as plant pathology, and then protect and cycles ecologically and environmental safely. Examples of biopesticides are nicotine, pyrethrum, rotenone, Sisbilla, Ryanine, Goso, Margoso, Ocros, etc. These are the examples for the biopesticide. So this is the about important topics of the organic farming and its components in the used for the organic farming. Thank you.